Good afternoon, everyone. How is everybody doing this afternoon? Breezy, chilly afternoon, that is. I went to my sleep study today. As a matter of fact, I got out of there really, really quick. And before I left this morning, my granddaughter had called me. She said she was going to stop by. But I told her I was on my way to the sleep study and that I would call her when I got back home. And so, believe it or not, I was back home by 12:30. My ride picked me up at 11. I was back home before 12:30. I was back home maybe about an hour. I would say, yeah, maybe about 12:30. I wasn't gone that long because what I had to pick up is I had to go and just pick up the stuff for the sleep study. I got my window open over there, y'all. Me and my granddaughter was eating some KFC, and I finally got myself a chicken pot pie, y'all. They had some today, to my surprise and amazement. And I was trying the mashed potato dunks. You know, the one, that guy I was telling you about, that guy. He had went there and he had that dunk, from the new stuff from KFC, and he had that mashed potato dunk. I could live without it. But the chicken pot pie, I bought myself a chicken pot pie, and all that stuff me and my daughter had, because we had a box as well. I think it was a 4-piece box. And she had 2 pieces of chicken, and I had 2 pieces of chicken and 2 biscuits. I don't know what happened to KFC's biscuits, but it's not working for me. And so, matter of fact, I still got some chicken left, and I said I may make me a chicken salad sandwich out of it, because I got a breast and I got, I think I ate part of the drumstick, and I got that left in the refrigerator right now. But I also got some stuff left over from what I had cooked yesterday, so I got leftovers galore, and so I'm doing good. But I put my chicken pot pie in the freezer, and so that I could have that. I said a couple of days down the line, I'll still have my chicken pot pie, even though I feel like having it today. But I said no. But let's get back to the sleep study, y'all. I'm supposed to sleep with this thing tonight. It's not like the other one now. She demonstrated it. This part right here. Oh boy, don't tell me I forgot. I think it goes here and it wraps around your waist over here. And then you got to put your finger in there and you got to tape it down. And where's the part that goes up the nose? Oh, this is the part that goes up the nose. And she says there's no medicine in it. The one I had before had medicine. But she said, no, this one is not. There's no medicine in this. But you got to, tape it down and make sure you don't lose it while you're sleeping overnight. In other words, and make sure that it doesn't come out of place. And some more little instructions in case you forget. But then they got it on YouTube too, how to use this thing. And then it's got a little questionnaire here for us to fill out. And then I got to bring it back to them tomorrow. Now, I've already paid $10 today to go pick this darn thing up. And now, I said, well, can I bring it back, on a Monday? She says, no, so it's got to be here so they can read it by Monday or something like that, she said. So you just got to bring it back the very next day. So now here I go. I got to put out another $10 to take this thing back. Just to drop it off and bring it back home. Oh, it's breaking me, y'all. I'm telling you, I've got to definitely get me medical transportation because it's too much. And then plus I have another appointment tomorrow morning at 8:20. So I'm trying my best to stay awake, y'all. And it's not easy because I feel like it's nap time right now. After we got through eating, I felt like nap time. And my granddaughter, she just left maybe about 15, 20 minutes ago, something like that, because she had to go home to meet somebody who's making a delivery to her house or something today. But I enjoyed being out with her, even though the weather is very chilly. But we did go to Stop and Shop, and I got me some water. Boy, did I get water. There's 35 there. That's that vest I ordered and I supposed to have been taken back. I was just showing it to my granddaughter. And I got another 35 over here. 35. So that's 70 bottles of water, plus I have 4 that was left over. So I was kind of glad my granddaughter came. I ain't got to worry about paying Instacart to bring me no water. And so I got to sit down, y'all, because I'm out of breath. I'm trying my best to stay awake until at least 8 o'clock. It's now 3:45, y'all. But after we got through eating, and like I said, if she had stayed a little longer, I wouldn't have had no problem staying up. But I told her I'm starting to feel, sleepy because I've been up, early this morning. But for the sake of this sleep study, I'm going to try my best to stay up until 8. 4 more hours. Can I do it? Because I have not taken a nap. And it's not easy, y'all. Because I got up early, way before, the clock went off, way before Alexa told me to get up. Because my appointment wasn't until, I didn't have to be there until 11. I had to be there, well, actually 11:30, but my ride picked me up at 11. And believe it or not, they were on time, on target. They did not skip a beat today. Oh, no, they did not. They were on time, ahead of time. They called me up and said, your ride is on its way or something like that. I said, wow. And so I'm outside waiting for them, looking for them because they have a problem finding my address sometimes because of the way my apartment is situated. But anyway, it finally came and I wasn't in there. Just like the lady said before, it probably wouldn't take that long, for them to call me and get, things, to show us how to use it. She gave us a good demonstration of how to use it. Of course, I forgot just about how it goes, but, it's easy to figure out. It's no big deal. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And bring it back in, well, I got an appointment tomorrow morning, 8:20, and I can't believe I didn't cancel that appointment. I could probably still cancel it, but I don't want to because it's my cardiologist. See what they got to say. See what's up. And sometimes, if the weather is not bad, I'll just simply ride my scooter over there to see the cardiologist. He's not that far, 10 minutes or so. And then come back home and then go return this sleep study thing. Oh, brother. I should lose some weight this week because I've been going, just like the energized bunny. I've just been going and going. But I'm winding down. I'm ready to wind down, y'all. I'm ready to get it in, just snuggle down underneath them covers and woo, I can feel it now. I should have went live. That way y'all could have kept me company until this time. I could have just been pedaling around, which I got a lot to do around this house anyway. I got things I got to do. I don't have any dishes. I think maybe a cup of coffee or something like that I had. And we had ginger ale. What did we have? We stopped at Stop and Shop, got the water from Stop and Shop. And ginger ale, they had the ginger ale. You buy 2 and you get 1 free. So I kept 2, gave my granddaughter 1. Well, me and her almost drank the whole bottle right here. Well, we drank half of it, or over half of it, one of them. And so she took the other one home. And I got some chip and dip in there. But I said, the more I eat, the sleepier I'm going to get. And I'm hoping that it passes. And I'm hoping that it passes, that I don't just sit here and just get so sleepy. And I think what I'll do is I got this bag of trash over here. I think I'll go outside and let that air hit me again. Now, if that don't wake me up, nothing can, because it's cold out there today. You would think it's January or February or something the way it feels today. Yeah, it is really cold. But they're saying the temperature is 50, but yet and still the wind is what make it's the wind chill. I don't know what direction that wind is coming from, but it's a cold wind, and it was real cold when I was out there. This morning it was real cold. I had my gloves on, I had my vest on, I had my new Amazon shirt sweater on. As a matter of fact, I was gonna make a video before I took my clothes off, but we got to eating, and I said I don't want anything to get on my, sweater, my new sweater, and so I took it off. Yeah, I took it off. I might put it right back on tomorrow morning. I'll show it to you tomorrow. Oh no, I ain't washing the clothes like that. Like the lady told me, older lady told me that before. She said, "You wash your clothes to death," and it's true. Sometimes when you wash your clothes after you've worn them, when they're brand new, you wash them clothes. Them clothes look like crap after you wash them. Depends on what it is. That's a siren going on, y'all. Y'all already know I live down the street from a firehouse. But that sounded like an emergency response truck. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, that's all I had to talk to y'all about, y'all, my little stuff. And I would definitely let you know how it turns out. I can hardly wait. Please, I'm praying, Lord, please let me be able to stay up until 8 o'clock. Even if I stay up until 7, that too is good because, like I said, I got to get up early in the morning. But the thing is, I know I'm going to wake up if I go. I don't care what time I go to bed. I know I'm going to wake up at a certain time and be awake for the rest of the night. Until morning. Probably sleep maybe 3 or 4 hours and then up. That's it. I'm up for the night again. But then they say, if I need be, after they get to reading the situation, they're going to want me to sleep in the house, meaning sleep there. Oh my God, I don't want to do it, but I may have to, y'all. I don't know, because my sleep is really, really out of whack. I mean, half the time I don't sleep good at all. I sleep maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm back up. Sleep an hour. I'm up. Just like I ain't been asleep. Like I'm up, like I'm expecting something. Yeah, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And if I have to go, I don't know how long they want you to stay. They probably want you to stay overnight. I understand if I stay, it'll just be that one night that I stay over so they could see what the heck, happening with me or something like that. And the chances are, if I stay there, I definitely ain't going to sleep. I gotta keep my eyes open because I want to know what is going on in there. Who's there? I don't know. I think I had this conversation once before. I don't know who's going to be out there. Somebody else in there beside me, and I hope they don't leave me in there by myself. Ain't nothing like being home, honey, in your own bed, your own place. I don't know how people could stay with other people like that. I just don't understand it. And I stayed with my mother, and, that's my mom I'm stayed with. But I was grown, and I had been, I was married and everything, so I'm used to not being home with mom. I don't know how somebody could just go stay with somebody like that. I really do not. I can't do it. Give me my own place. I'm grown. But, sometimes when you get older, you really do need someone. It's not good to really live alone. You really need someone, there with you. And, especially you don't want to go to a convalescent home or some kind of assisted living place and everything because your time, your life, it seems to me, is no longer yours. You're living by their clock. Because I remember my mom, on her last, I think it was the last 3 years of her life, I think it was, she was in a convalescent home for about 3 years. And, she had to live by their rules. Get up when, they want to get her up, when they wanted to wash her up and all this kind of stuff. She had to go by then. And then when you get ready to eat, Sometimes they would come in there and get the food before she even stopped. She hadn't finished eating. And I told them people, I said, my mother needs some help, with eating because she had started to get like a little paralysis or something in her hands. And it was, you know how it is when you get to be elderly. You're just not as fast and you can't do things as you did when you was, say, in your 30s or 40s or what, even in your 50s. Or 70s, in your 70s sometimes. But sometimes people, they become like that, even at a younger age. But my mother was in her 80s. And, like I said, she had the paralysis in her hands. And sometimes, it would take her a while to eat. And they didn't have nobody to help her that was helping her eat. And she did lose a lot of weight. But when we got there, every time I went, I took her something to eat. And, of course, I told you about the blankets I took her, how they stole her stuff. I'll tell you, I don't trust convalescent homes at all. Depends on which one it is. I really do not. Stay home as long as you can. If you got somebody, in your family who wants to help you, in your older age, then that is good. That's good. What is that? I thought that was my hair sticking up there, and that's the crease from the sweater. I'll tell you already know I'm sleepy. But anyway, I'm not going to hold y'all up with all this jibber jabbering about nothing. And I will let you know, like I said, about my sleep study. And I'm feeling like now I want a cup of coffee. If I get a cup of coffee, that'll be a reason to stay up another half an hour. I definitely got to stay up until about 5 o'clock because I got to take one more pill. I had to take a pill around, dinner time. So that probably ain't going to be no problem because that's only an hour. I can do an hour. I know I can do an hour. I don't know if I can do, wait a minute, 4 more hours. I don't know. Do y'all watch the Salingers with the old elderly guy? What's his name? His name is Ed. I think his name is Ed Salinger. He had a fall. I watch him a lot. He has dementia, but he's such a lovable guy. I believe everybody loves this man. And he was, he's on YouTube. His name is Ed Salinger, but I forgot what the name of the I forgot what his channel is called. It's an odd name, but I know I watch him all the time, but I don't know. It's something HDHORAL or something like. I can look it up and tell you, but I'm sure you probably seen him up there on YouTube because he's up there all the time. And he's an elderly guy. I think he just had a birthday. He's like 93 years old, but he is such a lovable character. You can't help but love this guy. And then he had a fall. And his son, he lives with his son and his son's wife, and I think one of his one grandson, or is it two? I think one of the grandchildren may be away in college or something. I don't know. But he is such a character. I mean, you just love him. And he's funny as well, when he's feeling better, when he's feeling good. But anyway, he had a fall and he had, I think, a fractured hip. So now he's healing in the hospital. And so I got to go over there and say, get well soon. I don't usually leave a comment, but since he's in there, I want to, leave a get well soon to him. That'll give me something to do. Yeah, but if y'all get a chance, go there and watch the Salingers. They are really a sweet couple. And his wife is funny as well. She's funny. And I think they got a couple of dogs and a couple of cats or something running around the house and stuff like that. Yeah. But the main character is Daddy, the good dad. He calls him Dad, And kind of like the old guy myself. And on that note, I'll see y'all again soon. I'll let you know how I slept tonight, how I slept tonight, and everything. I will definitely keep you posted. And on that note, I'll see you again on tomorrow.